About saying that it's the one that we love to hate, but I too think that this is something, Andrew once again has taken this to a higher standard. We want you to live your best life, and this is something for all of us who are concerned about our nervous system, our cardiovascular health, our circulatory health. You've got to be taking your omega-3s, and this is such an extraordinary product because there is no fishy aftertaste or stomach upset. So we'll have Andrew go into the details. Note though, we do have all the options, the 30, 90, 180, 360, or the 720 cap count. And once again, the more you go on a today's special day, the bigger the savings. I'm just gonna point out on the far right of your screen, this is how much you're saving, not how much you're spending. This is the normal price. The middle column are your today's special prices. So it really is the time to stock up. It's been a long time. It's been since last April that we've offered this as a today's special. So we're gonna talk more about the details because as we know, Andrew, our American diet just does not give our bodies what it needs, especially something like this.
It's very straightforward when it comes to omega-3 fatty acids. The forms we need, the DHA and EPA, that's cold water fish. And most of us don't eat cold water fish on a daily basis. So an omega-3 supplement just becomes basic common sense. Unfortunately, most of them on the marketplace are ethyl esters, again, a synthetic form. And when your body processes those ethyl esters, it liberates trace amounts of ethanol, alcohol. All I know is if I want to consume some alcohol, hopefully I do so drinking a glass of wine and not by virtue of a synthetic form of omega-3s that I'm consuming. So the typical forms are hard to swallow, upset your stomach, come in these huge pills that have a fishy aftertaste, all sorts of problems. Mine are small capsule, easy to swallow capsules. Callie, I think on the set there, if you could dump the large bottle into a large bowl, and then show the typical omega-3s that we have on the set there, you could really see the difference in what a quality, pure, natural omega-3 product looks like. And then what your typical ethyl ester omega-3 products look like. That's Mother Nature at her best. That's Mother Nature transformed into something other than her very best. Those brown and amber capsules that have lower levels of omega-3, even though they're almost twice the size of my capsule, they contain lower levels of omega-3s than mine. I mean, they stick out like a sore thumb. I mean, they're not appealing to look at. They're not appealing to take. They're going to be hard to swallow. They deliver less omega-3s. They do it in the form of ethyl esters, a synthetic form. When you eat fish, you get your omega-3s in the form of triglycerides. When you take my omega-3, you get your omega-3s in the form of triglycerides. That's the way it should be done. I have a whole bunch of interesting charts here. There's some science that's really pretty fascinating. I know the reviews are very compelling to everyone, but hopefully the science is even more compelling. You could get omega-3s nowadays that used to not be this way in the past at any supermarket, any pharmacy, any discount store, online. They will not be like my omega-3s. I talk about this infomercial you see all the time on television. It doesn't give you the levels and form of omega-3s you need. They make all sorts of disease-related claims for pain and inflammation. Omega-3s are great for your joints, supportive for your joints, but they're not a drug or a medication for pain or inflammation. I'll leave those kinds of claims to unethical companies to make those kinds of unethical claims for an omega-3 product. Their product isn't better because it treats pain or inflammation. No omega-3 treats pain or inflammation. They're just unethical by making those kinds of ridiculous claims for their product, all in the interest of trying to sell more. What I want to do simply here is really help you to understand the critical role that these essential nutrients play in the structure of our body. And as a result of that critical role in our structure of our body, they play a critical role in the function of our body. Our brain is basically a fatty structure. We're all fatheads, hopefully, and rich in fat up there. But DHA, the principal ingredient in my omega-3, not the principal ingredient in most omega-3s. They focus on EPA. DHA, our principal ingredient, is the principal ingredient in your brain, principal ingredient in the retina of our eye, also highly concentrated, more so than EPA in our heart. So it comes to our brain, our eyes, our heart. DHA is well, we say calcium is a critical part of the structure of our bone. DHA even more so for the brain. DHA even more so for the structure of our retina. So just understanding that structural role, the functional role, our ability to think and process information and remember and be emotionally balanced, it's dependent on our brain being structurally sound. And there's no more important molecule to the structural soundness of our brain than DHA. But I'll read some of these charts here. Quickly, ours contains has no fishy aftertaste, no fishy repeat, no stomach upset, no mercury, lead, or heavy metals, no PCBs, dioxins, or contaminants, no enormous capsules to swallow. It gives you what you need without any problems, only benefits. By the way, omega-3s, as I said before, body can't make them. The DHA can only be slightly converted, but from alpha-linolenic acid. That's a vegetable-based omega-3, not the best form of omega-3 to be consuming. But we can't make the three of them without a source in our diet. So either diet or supplementation, without adequate omega-3 intake on a daily basis, insufficiency, deficiency will occur. Best results are only achieved when consumed daily. Again, we talk about these numbers as being the markers of good health: healthy triglyceride levels, healthy blood pressure levels, healthy blood cholesterol levels, healthy blood sugar levels. You can find dozens, if not hundreds, of studies that talk about how healthy levels of omega-3 fatty acids contribute to a healthy balance of those numbers. And those numbers are markers of our good long-term health. More than 33,000 papers have been published on the benefits of omega-3s. And hopefully this is compelling you not necessarily to get my product, just to find the best omega-3 you can. You won't find one better than mine, but whatever you do is going to be better than nothing. And this is to inform you that as Americans, we're not getting the omega-3s we need from our diet. So it's really a wake-up call to intelligently supplement. More than 4,000 human clinical trials, just in the grand scheme of things. You'd have to look at probably 100 drugs to get to 4,000 human clinical trials. So that's an incredible wide body of research. For the Journal of Nutrition, Health, and Aging, after adipose tissue, that's body fat, the human brain is the organ that contains the most fat.
Wow.
Think about that.
Yeah.
So all cells and organelles in the brain, the structure of the brain, is rich in polyunsaturated omega-3 fatty acids. Number one, principally DHA. That's why we focus on DHA. Other products, EPA. So lipids, most of which are phospholipids, constitute 60% of the solid mass of our brain. That's almost 2/3, and are absolutely required for normal brain structure and function. Again, you don't have to get mine, but you got to be thinking about omega-3s. We've learned in recent years that fatty acids are among the most crucial molecules that determine your brain's integrity and ability to perform. Fats, DHA. Because the brain is predominantly made of fat, almost all of its structures and functions have a crucial dependency upon essential fatty acids, DHA, which we get directly from our food. Our body can't make them. Over the past 2 decades, we have learned that DHA is the critical long-chain omega-3 fatty acid found in the brain. It's number one. Thus, we seem to have a requirement for preformed DHA. Preformed, meaning that we need to ingest it in that form in the diet, and it cannot be met by other fatty acids. That's why we focus on DHA. Since the 1970s, it has been known that DHA is determinant. It's directly related to brain growth, function, and integrity. While protein is relevant to body growth, the structural material of the brain is nearly 60% lipid dry weight. I read it from different studies, so I know for me it eventually hit home. And that's why we focus on DHA. So just as essential amino acids are needed for protein synthesis in our muscles, essential fatty acids are required for lipid synthesis in our brain. Archives of Neurology. These are all reputed scientific journals, highly reputable. A primary component of membrane phospholipids in the brain is omega-3 polyunsaturated fatty acid. DHA, high levels of DHA are found in the most metabolically active areas of the brain, the most important areas of the brain, including the cerebral cortex, the parts of the brain that make us who we are. Little EPA, Eicosapentaenoic acid, or ALA, alpha-linolenic acid, the other commonly known omega-3s, little is found in the brain. In contrast, DHA is pretty much it. is found predominantly in the neuronal membranes in the gray matter and constitutes the major omega-3 polyunsaturated fatty acid in the brain. DHA may also play a key role in both the structure and function of brain regions involved in the formation of new memories. As we age, that is something that suffers. In addition, optimal DHA concentrations important to cognitive processes. These processes known as executive functions can be characterized as the integration. So basically, our intelligence, our humanity, our ability to think is directly related to the fatty structure of our brain. And the results show that daily intake of omega-3 fatty acids from fish oil during 5 weeks significantly improved cognitive function in healthy subjects. I'll just run through these. Also, just so you know, 500 milligrams, the level in one capsule from the Journal of Nutrition, that's what they recommend. Current opinion in clinical nutrition and metabolic care, that's what they recommend. So if it's not an accident, Council for Responsible Nutrition, 0.5 grams, that's what they recommend. The Journal of the American College of Cardiology, 500 milligrams, that's what they recommend. If you have prior cardiovascular disease or coronary artery disease, they might recommend 800 or 1,000 milligrams a day, something you talk to your doctor about. Again, Mayo Clinic proceedings, 500 milligrams a day, 1 gram, 1,000 milligrams if you had pre-existing coronary artery disease. Just so you know, it's not an accident. Here we go, from American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. If associations with omega-3 content are causal, meaning what has been observed, if it actually is a cause, optimizing omega-3 fatty acid intake could improve retention of cognitive function as we age, in old age. Wow. Again, recent studies of the middle one there have associated deficits in DHA abundance with cognitive decline during aging. Overall cognitive performance and psychomotor speed were positively correlated with good omega-3 levels. Brain and retina DHA decrease resulting from nutritional deficiency or simply aging and are associated with reduced cognitive ability, increased emotional behavior, and decreased vision with age. Our results support the beneficial effects of fish consumption, the major source of long-chain omega-3 polyunsaturated fatty acids on brain health later in life. That's from the American Heart Association. I could keep on going and going. A recent prospective study showed that daily omega-3 acid supplement were associated with lower risk of cognitive decline in Chinese adults aged over 55. Again, association omega-3s are associated with a reduced risk of cognitive decline with age. In conclusion, the present study reveals that 5 weeks daily intake of omega-3 fatty acids from fish oil has the potential to improve cognitive functions and cardiometabolic risk factors in a healthy middle-aged cohort. Just going to skip through these. Let's see what we get to here. A greater intake of long-chain omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DHA, has been recommended by a variety of scientific and regulatory bodies to reduce population risk for coronary artery disease, #1 risk factor we all face. So there are even studies that lower in the stack that talk about emotional behavior, that talk about depression, that as we've changed our omega-3 intake over the last several decades, there's a greater risk of depression, emotional imbalance. So again, brain structure is dependent on omega-3 intake. We don't get the omega-3 intake we should from our diet. You don't have to consider mine. It's, I think, the best product in the world, but just consider omega-3 intake, fatty fish every day, or a quality omega-3 supplement for the health of your brain, for the quality of your life, for the health of your vision, and the quality of your, and basically heart health as well. A long list of benefits and beauty benefits as well.
Yeah, a good point, good point. A long list of benefits. And as much as I love salmon, there's no way I can consume enough cold water fish to get all that your body needs. And that was fascinating. Obviously, science doesn't lie, nor do the reviews. Let's read a few more reviews because there are thousands of them. Here's one, the best omega-3 anywhere. This product does not repeat, has no fishy odor, and does not upset my stomach. Huge. The soft gels are much smaller than anything I've tried before. It is an excellent product that I've purchased for my family for years. That's from Mo in Nevada. Excellent. I tried these as a replacement to another more expensive brand. I like the subtle orange flavor. Any omega-3 will have a fish smell in the jar. Individual capsules don't smell or taste fishy. No aftertaste, no problem digesting. I canceled ownership on the other brand and I will stick with this. I love giant sizes and love that Andrew Lessman has committed to the same prices and free shipping to support people at this time, along with the good ethical practices. So well said. I mean, there's just so many comments. Take a look and read when you get a chance.
If you just look at the top line of each of those charts, best omega ever, best fish oil, if we keep going, best fish oil, amazing, the very best product you will find. Love these vitamins, the best of the best, essential omega-3, best fish oil, the only fish oil that worked for me, best omega-3 product ever, best fish oil, bar none, the best fish oil. Excellent, best fish oil, bar none, best omega-3 out there, best ever, best omega on the market, best omega-3 on the market, and it is the best. And as the best omega vitamin on the market, simply the best. Wow. The best omega-3s. This is pretty funny, actually. Best ever.
I feel like we could write a song.
Amazing. But it's when you look at this product, as I said about my Essential One multivitamin, it can't be made any better. We've changed our omega-3 product, I'd say, over the last 45 years, probably 2 or 3 dozen times. The same thing for my multivitamin. They can't be more pure. We couldn't have any better quality source. You saw those charts talking about the importance of DHA. I guess all the manufacturers of all the typical omega-3 products that use synthetic ethyl esters, they didn't get a chance to read that research, because what is the principal source of omega-3 in their products? EPA. It's just bizarre to me. They must never look at the science, or they don't care. I couldn't sleep at night if I knew the science said DHA was the most important omega-3 in the world and my product focused on EPA. I couldn't. So that is why probably over 30 years ago, we switched to being a more DHA-rich product, which is harder to make, more expensive to make, but nevertheless, when you look at the price of this product, this is the lowest price we've ever had per capsule on the largest size. We've never offered our omega-3 product in 45 years of having one for a lower price per capsule than we have it today. We haven't lowered the price, we haven't lowered the potency, we haven't reduced the quality. It's just a special one-day opportunity. I can guarantee next year, unfortunately, there's going to be a little bit of a shortage of omega-3 in the year to come. So even if you don't get mine, it will be a good idea to get ahead of the curve, because there's going to be a shortage of omega-3. Harvesting has been not as good as in past years. So next year, I could guarantee that our largest size is probably going to go up at least a good 10 or 20% minimum. So it's a great opportunity to save and enjoy the benefits of the world's best omega-3 product. And I will guarantee no stomach upset, easy to swallow. I don't care. You could have the most sensitive stomach in the world. This is mild, this is gentle, this is small, this is easy to swallow. This is as Mother Nature would have intended you to take it, and you'll absolutely love it. And you'll write a review like my Essential One. Probably thousands of reviews that use the word best or love to describe their omega-3 or their multivitamin.
Yeah, it's true. And this is the day to stock up. Obviously, to get that big cap count, do it while you can as well.